First significant heat wave of 2023 begins this weekend and continues into next week. But first, we need to deal with the potential for an impactful severe weather event on Saturday across several regions of Texas. Let's talk about it in the Friday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. All right, good morning. It is Friday, the 9th of June, 2023. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. We are going to be dealing with the potential for a severe weather event on Saturday, 2 rounds really, across several regions of Texas, followed by, or in conjunction with, the arrival of a significant heat wave, which will bring triple-digit temperatures to a large section of the state by next week. Let's go ahead and just get into it with the severe weather outlook for this afternoon into tonight. Now, today's severe weather threat is going to be on the low side. We could see a couple of pop-up storms again across the eastern third of Texas this afternoon. This typical summer pop-ups, most common in the afternoon, die off by about dinner time or a couple hours after sunset. Further west, the potential for isolated severe storms late this afternoon with an increasing chance of storms in the Texas Panhandle this evening into early Saturday morning. Strongest storms this afternoon could have pocket change size hail, localized damaging wind gusts. Storms tonight that fire up in the Panhandle will be more numerous. The potential for damaging straight line winds, heavy rainfall that could cause isolated flooding, maybe some pocket change size hail. As we head into Saturday, we're going to have a busy day. We're going to have 2 rounds of thunderstorms, it looks like now. First round could be impacting the Red River before sunrise Saturday morning. Those storms moving southeast into portions of northeast Texas, eastern North Texas, and east Texas by lunchtime on Saturday. Some of those storms may have pocket change size hail, damaging winds, the potential for locally heavy rainfall, frequent cloud to ground lightning. Behind that first round of storms, we're likely to see destabilization occur back further west in North Texas, with severe thunderstorms developing during the mid-afternoon hours, moving southeast through the evening hours. The potential for a very large hail, damaging winds, perhaps a tornado with the second round of storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. We'll take a more detailed look at that in a moment. Highest threat for severe storms tomorrow by the Storm Prediction Center. That's now a level 3 out of 5 across Texoma, North Texas, Northeast Texas, the Ark-La-Tex, into portions of East Texas, including Gainesville, Sherman, Weatherford, the DFW Metroplex, down to Corsicana, Fairfield, east on Interstate 20 through Tyler, Lufkin, Marshall, south to, well, technically Lufkin's not on Interstate 20. I meant to say Tyler, Longview, Marshall, down into Lufkin. That's about a 1 in 3 chance of a rowdy storm within 25 miles of any given point. So your little area of the world. And again, all modes of severe weather possible, damaging winds, large hail the most common. Level 2 out of 5 risk, that's in the yellow, runs from Wichita Falls to near Mineral Wells, all the way down towards Killeen, Waco, Belton Temple, Bryan College Station, Houston, Beaumont. So western North Texas, portions of central Texas, the Brazos Valley, the Piney Woods of East Texas, down into the Golden Triangle. That's about a 1 in 5 to a 1 in 6 chance of a severe storm in your area. And then that green, that's a level 1 out of 5, the lowest risk level, including portions of the northern Edwards Plateau, the Concho Valley, central Texas, the Hill Country, western North Texas, a wee bit of the northern Victoria Crossroads into southeast Texas. That's about a 1 in 10 to a 1 in 20 chance of severe thunderstorms tomorrow. And again, we are expecting multiple rounds. All right, let's take a look at the North American model. This is going to show us today through tomorrow. Again, today you can see we're expecting isolated, perhaps scattered storms back on the dry line across, well, the Panhandle, West Texas, into portions of the Permian Basin, Concho Valley, Southwest Texas. Tomorrow, we're expecting a complex of storms to make its way out of Oklahoma into portions of Texoma, Northeast Texas, the Ark-La-Tex. And those storms could have some strong winds, maybe a bit of hail, heavy rainfall, plenty of cloud to ground lightning as they move southeast. Those storms likely leave an outflow boundary along their trailing edge, which could set up somewhere over North Texas, providing a focal point for additional intense thunderstorm development during the mid-afternoon hours. Those initial storms could be supercellular with the threat of very large damaging hail up to the size of baseballs, localized winds over 75 miles an hour, and the potential for a tornado. Eventually, those storms may grow upscale into their own little complex that makes a run towards the Brazos Valley in East Texas, with 70 to 80 mile an hour winds, a potential for golf ball size hail, heavy rainfall, cloud to ground lightning, a tornado not being ruled out. This model has those storms dissipating by about 11 p.m. to midnight tomorrow evening. Not necessarily going to bet on that at this point. We have seen storm complexes in the summer months make their way all the way to the Gulf Coast, so we're going to have to wait and see on that. But don't be shocked if these storms actually do make it further south than what this model indicates tomorrow night into Sunday morning, aka Southeast Texas. So again, we're going to be busy tomorrow. I realize mid-June may not be our typical severe weather season across North Texas, Northeast Texas, but it's going to be this year, apparently. So we're going to need to keep a close eye on it. Those of you with outdoor plans need to be weather aware and realize once these suckers go up, they're going to have a bit of an attitude. So please don't stay outside in the pool while the thunderstorm's hitting, because you don't need to get hit on the head with hail or have a tree fall on you or impale you. Either are not really great options. Don't want to be impaled by said tree either. All right, let's take a look at the forecast rain totals over the next 3 days. This is going to be 7 a.m. this morning through 7 a.m. Monday. You can definitely see where we're expecting the highest chance for precipitation, both in terms of intensity and quantity. It's going to be North Texas and the Ark-La-Tex, Northeast Texas. We could see on average between 1 to 2 inches of rain, locally higher amounts possible with isolated flooding. A bit lower across portions of the hill country into central Texas. Same thing goes for East Texas, Southeast Texas. And again, honestly, if you end up under one of these heavier storms, you're going to pick up a quick inch or two of rain as they move through. So obviously, depending on where the storm complexes end up going over the next 2 days, that's where we're going to have the heaviest rainfall. At this point, widespread flooding not expected thanks to the faster moving storm motions and the fact, well, they're not going to be sitting in one spot all that long. All right, in terms of Sunday, we could see an isolated severe weather threat again on Sunday across Texoma, North Texas, Northeast Texas, but we're just going to have to wait and see how storms go tomorrow and tomorrow night, and that'll set the stage for Sunday. And honestly, we may even see a few storms into Monday and Tuesday of next week in those same areas. However, big story is going to end up being next week the heat. Obviously, summer, it may not officially be summer yet, but it might as well be, and we're going to treat it as such because I'm Baldy in Chief, and sometimes I decide to do things that may not necessarily conform to the norms, and it's going to be one of them. In terms of high temperatures today, pretty much 90s to lower triple digits across the state. It's only going to get warmer through the weekend into early next week. By Sunday, we could be triple digits across the Metroplex, down I-35, Waco, Austin, Belton, San Antonio. Then by the time you get down to Laredo, we're going to be pushing 105 to 107, especially down the Rio Grande Plain. Same thing goes San Angelo, 102, Houston, 97. With the high humidity, it'll feel like 105 degrees probably. It's going to be hot. Guess what? Monday, there you go. Tuesday, up. Here we go. We're going up again. You can see triple digits, mid to upper 100s across portions of the Concho Valley, Edwards Plateau into the Rio Grande Plains. 104 to 110 degrees likely. Here's Wednesday. It just gets worse. I mean, if this is right, it's going to be 101 in Houston on Wednesday of next week. The potential for heat index values of 107 to 108. Back in San Antonio, 102. Austin, 103. DFW, 100 to 102. 103 in, what is that, Brownwood, 100 in Abilene, 104 in San Angelo, 104 in Pecos, 100 in Midland and Odessa. And then here's Thursday, and it just gets worse. If this is right, it is going to be darn hot next week. Looking at 110 to 112 in Laredo, pushing near 104 around McAllen. 104 San Antonio, 105 in Austin, 102 to 103 in DFW, 102 in Abilene, 106 in San Angelo, 104 in Odessa, 105 in Pecos, 100 in Wichita Falls. And again, even where temperatures are a little bit cooler, we're still going to have humidity thanks to all the recent rain. So the humidity is going to cause heat index values. By this point, we could be looking at heat index values of 105 to 113 degrees. It's going to be really hot as we get into mid to late next week. It's definitely going to feel like last summer. But again, as long as we can, not do that for 4 months straight, it won't be last summer, but it is going to be really freaking hot as we get into late next week. So, summer fans, there you go. If you're not a summer fan, well, I'm sorry, but I think it's safe to say summer's here. With that being said, you can keep an eye on the sky with the free Texas Storm Chasers interactive weather radar on our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar, and in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app available on the Google Play and Apple App stores. We'll be keeping an eye on storm chances today and especially tomorrow, with updates at least once an hour expected during the event. And again, as always, please be sure to follow us on YouTube and the varying social media platforms, but the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel is going to be your best bet for keeping those updates in your feed, along with the Texas Storm Chasers website and mobile app. Y'all have a great Friday. We'll talk to y'all later. God bless.